All right, welcome to week 16. Here we are at the end of the semester, and our topic for this week is comparative politics and international relations. International relations is generally considered to be the broader discipline, subdiscipline within political science, and comparative politics is usually considered to be a subdiscipline within a subdiscipline. So it makes sense to close out the text with a discussion of the different approaches to international relations. Um, Decovik and Eastwood begin the chapter by discussing the challenges that the European countries faced in the years between 2009 and 2015 as the EU zone struggled to manage the effects of the Great Recession and deal with a huge influx of immigrants from the Middle East. Germany's role in managing these twin crises was really important. First, Germany is by far the largest nation, largest economy in the EU zone, and Germany has, on balance, benefited more from the EU's transition to the euro than other countries. Uh, Germany is also still dealing with the consequences of unification with East Germany, and so lacked the fiscal wiggle room to help the so-called pigs of Europe, Portugal, Italy, Greece, and Spain, the southern tier countries, whose economies had been devastated by the Great Recession, and frankly, at the start of unification, were simply not economically anywhere in the area code of being as powerful. Combined in some instances with spectacularly irresponsible fiscal policies, and I'm referring to you, Greece. This created a real challenge for the EU. As a currency, the euro appears to have weathered the storm, and several of the worst affected countries in the EU zone have stabilized economically, but they didn't emerge unscathed from these troubled times. We have seen the emergence of far-right populist governments in several Eastern European members of the EU and southern members, and a number of racial exclusionist parties have sprung up in other parts of Europe, raising the specter of nativism, which we'll discuss in the forum a bit. The most notable event concerning the EU zone, of course, was the Brexit vote in 2015. The UK has always been a reluctant EU member, and actually earned special status by retaining the pound as its currency. A significant segment of the right wing of the United Kingdom's ideological spectrum has embraced Euroscepticism. And in a bizarre campaign, frankly, in 2015, the exit side won. In my opinion, they largely won by lying about the advantages to be gained by exiting, by maximizing the threat of immigration to the United Kingdom, and by minimizing the consequences of exit. To date, the Conservative government has failed to secure effective terms, and the government of Boris Johnson, which of course is now the third Conservative Prime Minister since the Brexit vote was held, has been forced to call December elections again to try and clarify the situation. I think that's something we can definitely talk about this over the course of this last week. This chapter is organized like the others. The first section introduces important concepts. The second section addresses some of the central issues in international relations. And the third section is the awkwardly phrased, what are the main causes in international relations? The Thinking Comparatively section addresses the status of the European Union as a unique regional organization, and raises the consequences or the questions about the possibility that such organizations may one day supplant the nation state as the dominant unit of analysis in international relations. Our country to profile this week is Turkey, which of course is increasingly in the news quite a bit more of late. For many years, Turkey has held unique status as a Muslim majority functioning democracy. The increasingly authoritarian impulses of its current leader, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, raise questions about the durability of its status as a democratic regime, its outreach to Russia, buying Russian weapons, its increasingly antagonistic stance towards NATO. Really, these are questions, these are issues that we can certainly talk about this week. The week 16 unit has 3 assignments in it, the weekly forum and quiz, and then you have the unit 3 exam, which will not open until finals week and covers the materials from chapters 11 to 15. Okay, so it'll open basically on midnight of December 8th, and it will close on midnight of December 12th. So let's make sure we get that done in a timely manner. All right, last week. Let's finish this semester on a high note and have a great week of work.